Hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, a screw and drill bit gauge. Well, today's project may very well be one of the most simple things I have ever done on my show. And it all starts off at the computer. I'm going to get to that in just a bit. But basically, everyone's always wondering, myself included, what size pilot hole to drill when you're going to be putting a screw into a piece of wood. And of course, everybody has heard that method, I'm sure, where you can hold up the drill bit and you can hold up the screw, and if you see the threads that are outside of it and blah, 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 that works great. All kidding aside, that works just fine. But what if you want something a little more definitive? And that's what we're going to approach today by making a gauge to test your screw size in different holes. So as I said, it starts off at the computer, and let's just head over to the bench and I'll show you what I've done. Well, on my computer using a spreadsheet program, I have drawn this little chart, and I have included drill bit sizes from 1/16 all the way up to 1/2 inch in 1/64 increments. And you may notice that I have also added beside each one a little tiny crosshairs, and this will be the center point of my brad point drill as I'm drilling through my material. Now, this is done a little differently. Normally when we attach a pattern to our stock, we spray the glue on the back side of it. This one's a little different because our material is going to be plexiglass, and for that I want to spray the front or the printing side of our pattern or chart or template. So for my chart, I've cut a piece of plexi that is 4 1/4 by 7 inches, and you can see that that fits our little chart there just fine. And we're going to put that aside just for now, and we're going to get out our spray adhesive and give a nice even coat of adhesive to the front of our chart here. Now that your spray adhesive is applied, give it 3 minutes to tack up and then apply it to your plexiglass. And once your 3 minutes is up, the easiest way to apply this is to line up your plexiglass with the edge of your printout here and just slap it down and then give it a good rub down. So we'll just turn this over and rub it down onto our plexi. Once we get it fully stuck down here, we're going to go around the outside edges with a sharp X-Acto blade just to remove any of the overhanging paper. Well, now comes the difficult part of our project, and that would be taking it over to the drill press and starting with our 1/16 of an inch bit. We're going to use these crosshairs that we printed and drill that size corresponding hole at each one of these crosshairs. Now, it's a time-consuming process, but take your time, drill slowly through the plexi, and you should have no problems getting a clean hole drilled through each one of these. Well, with all those holes drilled, the last thing we want to do here, and this is if you want to, is remove the protective plastic from the front face of our plexi. And that will give us a nice shiny surface here on the front. Now you can leave this on if you want. So what do you do with this now that you've gone through all the trouble of drilling all these holes? Well, let me show you, because there's several applications that you may find very useful in the shop. Well, the first application that comes to mind, and I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, is what size pilot hole to drill for certain screws. And here we have a number 8 screw, and in order to see what size pilot hole, it's as simple as fitting it down through each one of these to see what fits best. Now it fits a little loosely in the 11/64. It's a little tighter in the 5/32, but by putting the tip in it, we can see that 9/64 is probably the best choice for a number 8 screw in this instance. And a number 10, the same thing, the 3/16, that's a little on the tight, 13/64. So if this is a little on the tight, we're going to back it one more screw back and go either 11/64 or 5/32 for a number 10 screw. So it is a very quick gauge and guide as to which screw or which pilot hole you would want to drill for various screws. But what other use is there? Well, everybody's uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters, mother's sister-in-law has one of these. And what this is a mixed bag of drill bits that they've acquired over time. But what if they're unmarked or you can't read the markings and you don't know what size they are? It's simple. You take the bit, the shank of it, and slide it through these holes until you get one that fits. This here is a 7/16 diameter bit. This one here, figure it out. No, there it is right there, a nice snug fit. This is a 3/8. And it's, although it seems a little strange that we use the size bits to drill the holes, if you have drill bits in one of these mixed bags and you don't know what they are, once again, this is a very quick reference to be able to tell exactly what size you're dealing with. And as a model builder that has containers with various size dowels in it, it's nice to be able to take this gauge and test it and find out exactly what size your dowel is. In this case, it's a 1/8, and in this case here, quarter, that's a 5/16. So it's another quick reference to be able to size different diameter dowels and know exactly what size you're using for your project. And there you have it. A drill bit gauge, or pilot hole gauge, or dowel sizing template, or drill bit size, whatever you want to call it. Guys, as I said, one of the most simple projects that I have ever put on the show, but yet a project that I'm sure that you will find quite a few uses for in your shop, whether it be, as I said, to tell you the size of an unmarked or a marked drill bit that is unreadable, or whether it is just to test the size of a dowel, or the pilot hole for a screw. I'm sure that you can find other uses for it in your shop as well. Guys, this is not a new idea. This is not something that my brilliant brain came up with. This is a commercially available item, and I just thought, instead of the commercially available one, why not produce one that is shop made, that could be made of scraps? I'm sure there are several of us out there who have scrap plexi in our shop. And who doesn't have a computer that they could print out this little chart or make up a chart of your own? What if you don't have plexi? Well, that's simple. If that's the case, make it out of hardboard. How about 1/8 inch thick hardboard, where the only difference in the process is that instead of spraying the glue on the front surface of your chart or your printout, you spray it on the back and you stick it onto the front of your material. Guys, I'm going to sit this with my drill press, and I'm positive it's going to get plenty of use over the years. And you know what? If not, we had a lot of fun making it, didn't we? Guys, they all can't be extravagant. They all can't be multi-part builds. Sometimes it's the simple things in life that make our experience in the shop that much better. And I hope that you'll see the value of this particular template and make one for yourself. Guys, I want to thank you for tuning in this week. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss notifications of future shows. And honestly, I hope you're going to join me next week when I bring you yet another Alternative Tuesdays.